Well, that's kind of a tough question to consider, to be honest with you. For the last 3 decades of my life, I've been in pastoral ministry to one degree or another. And as I contemplate this question, I'm standing in the church where I've pastored. I'm standing in the pulpit where I've preached for the last 8 years. Well, not quite, but almost 8 years of my life. Jerry, so you're not going to be a pastor anymore? And so the answer to that is no. I'm not going to be a pastor beginning in January of 2023. I'll no longer be pastoring. I'm not deconstructing my faith. I haven't fallen out of love with the church. I'm more committed to the local church than I've ever been. I'm passionate about the gospel, and I desire to see men and women grow in the gospel, in the knowledge, be discipled inside of that. I think discipleship changes everything. And so God has placed me in a ministry called Man in the Mirror, where I will be serving pastors, equipping ministry leaders to help them as they seek to build discipleship pathways specifically for men, specifically for the men in their churches. It's a great need in our culture and in our churches today. I'll tell you more about that in subsequent videos. But let me tell you how you can help me with this. One, I'd ask you 3 things. One, would you pray? Just pray that God would build a passion inside the church for that ancient art of discipleship, that ancient discipline of disciple making. And pray for the local ministry of Man in the Mirror, South Texas, as we seek to encourage churches, equip them, come alongside of them, just serve in any way that we can to see that happen. Secondly, would you engage? Somewhere down here there's going to be a link that you can click onto, or I'm not sure where it will be in reference to this video, but it's around here somewhere, a link that you can click onto, and you can sign up for our ministry newsletter, our ministry update. And man, I would so appreciate you doing that. Just know what's going on, the stories, some of the prayer concerns, some of the things that are happening in the scope of the ministry, and then let those inform the prayer that I asked you to be part of, and pray over those things. And then finally, would you ask? This ministry has a cost to it. We don't charge the church anything, but there is a cost. I'm responsible to raise the ministry budget, the complete ministry budget for this. It's a little overwhelming, to be honest with you. It's about $9,000 a month that I'm responsible to raise, and there's no way that I can do that on my own. But I know that God has called me to this, and so here's what I believe. I believe that because God has called me to this, God has already called some individuals who are led to partner with us financially and to help make this ministry happen so that it can take place. And so would you just do me this favor? Would you ask the Lord if you're part of that team? If you're not, if God hasn't called you to do that, I wouldn't want you to do anything that God hasn't called you to do. So our relationship doesn't change. Nothing changes. I love you and I'm grateful for you. I do covet your prayers. But if God has called you, if you believe that you're one of those who would maybe partner with us financially, that I can't do this ministry without a team of financial partners. And so if you would join us, man, we can make a difference in the world and in our local community. And so I just pray that you would consider those things, right? That you would pray, that you would engage, become informed, and pray that way. And then you ask the Lord what your involvement might be with this ministry. And I appreciate you. So there'll be more videos. I'll talk to you more about Man in the Mirror and kind of what that's all about. But I just wanted to just put to bed the question, am I going to leave the pastorate? And I am. But man, it's for a good cause. And I hope you'll be praying for me and even come along with me perhaps. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.